This is a series of talks that the monks from Ajahn Brahm's Monastery, Bodhinyana, are offering during this time of the COVID-19 pandemic. And my name is Ajahn Nissarano. And today I'd like to give a guided meditation, just about 10 minutes first introduction, and then a guided meditation for 30 minutes. The subject or the theme for this guided meditation is acceptance. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about acceptance because it can be, many people, it's a word, obviously it's a word, but what is acceptance in more depth, in more detail? Acceptance is a feeling that arises when we have this equanimity in the mind, this balance in the mind. And it's this feeling of allowing things to be, and this feeling of letting things be, not trying to control them. And also when we accept ourselves, when we accept others, when we accept the situations we encounter in life, we also are showing a sort of respect to what we're experiencing. And of course it should be, we should understand that acceptance is not indifference, and it has a lot of the qualities of equanimity. It has this warmth of loving kindness, compassion that comes from understanding our situation, the situations of other people. And of course it comes from wisdom. There isn't really any acceptance without wisdom and understanding. We understand that we and everyone else are subject to their past. They're created by, they come from, conditioned by their past karma, their past actions of body, speech and mind. And particularly the mind. This is making our world the way we see the world. And of course a lot of the conditioning that comes, it comes from our parents, our teachers, and from the spiritual traditions that we find valuable for us, and from our friends, from society, from the time we live in, this time for instance of the COVID-19 virus, and from the media. So we are influenced, we are the subject, we are conditioned by these things, and in a very real sense we can't be any different from what we are at this present moment, given all those inputs that we experience. So I like a nice way of illustrating this is somebody in Melbourne told me this, and it's a nice way to illustrate what acceptance is. It's really letting be. And when we accept, we let things be. And this person showed me, and they said, letting be is like having your hand like this, and then opening, freeing, allowing. And he said, it's quite interesting. Then the difference with letting go, he said, letting go is like a hand that's closed, but it's like this. It's pointing downwards, and then it can open. But there's always the fear of this dropping, letting go, which challenges our sense of who we are. So it's a very nice way of illustrating letting be, allowing, freeing, like an open hand. But as I said, acceptance really comes from understanding that we are subject to our past karma. And also it comes from not judging ourselves, others, the situations we encounter in life, and not rejecting. And a very nice experience that I had quite a few years ago, that really illustrates this is I had a retreat. I think it was in Sri Lanka, actually, where I spend a lot of time. And during this retreat, this feeling that everything belongs sort of arose in me. And it was everything belongs, whether it's the way I like it or not. whether it's pleasant or not, or neutral even, and whether it's perfect or not. So this was a really strong sense of acceptance that came up for me during that retreat, and valuing and respecting everything that I encountered and could learn from everything that I encountered, and not to discriminate or judge. And the main value of that experience too is it obviously led to peace. It leads to peace in meditation and in our daily life. And another experience that I had also in Sri Lanka really reinforced that. It's a lovely story actually. And this was on one occasion I was feeling rather negative about myself, about the progress I'd made on the path and life in general. So obviously I was judging myself. And then I saw in a tree not far away this wild chicken. And in Sri Lanka these wild chickens are really beautiful, very colourful, lots of orange feathers, plumage, and reds and blue, and it's a very, very attractive bird, very shy usually. But on this occasion, this chicken just flew down from the tree where it was, and the way it flew down and landed on the ground, not far from me, it was like a teaching for me. It was totally present, this chicken. It was really interesting. It was totally at ease, and it was totally belonged to that present moment, and totally at home with what was happening now. So this gave me, when I saw this, and I thought this chicken didn't need to justify its existence one little bit. It wasn't self-conscious, it wasn't judging and comparing. So it made me realise, and it was just in a moment really that I realised there was no need for me to judge myself, no need to be different or better from what I was, and no need to justify my existence, just complete acceptance. And of course, what a wonderful sense of relief it was. It was really a very interesting moment. And for many of us, we feel like, and this is something that blocks acceptance, that we have to justify our existence. We have to, often it's because we feel we have to be useful or valuable in society. Now, our society actually usually emphasises, economic value. And so older people, for instance, are not as valued as they could be in traditional societies. But we want to justify ourselves by being, we feel justified by being something special or unique or intelligent, clever, capable, or talented, and to be appreciated and admired. All these things to justify our existence. But in truth, we are like that chicken, a wild chicken. We're a part of the present moment. And that's our contribution to the present moment, just being us, however we are in the present moment. And we can develop this perception of being a part of the whole of life. And there's no need to separate ourselves from everything around us, to become the observer of everything else. We can just be a participant like everything that we experience in the present moment. And a saying that I like very much, it featured in my mother's toilet actually. She had it on the wall, the desiderata. And I don't know if many people know that, but it was from the 1960s and 1970s. It was very popular, and it was often thought to be a very ancient poem that was discovered in Philadelphia that was written in 1692. But in actual fact, turned out to be written in 1927 by an American poet. So there you are. But the lines I'd like to refer to that really resonate with this sense of belonging, everything belongs, and our place in life. And it says, "You are a child of the universe, no less than the trees and the stars. You have a right to be here. And whether you know it, whether or not it is clear to you, no doubt the universe is unfolding as it should. So that's those words from the Desiderata. So I'd like to finish there, and we can start this meditation, this guided meditation, on using this theme of acceptance. So the first thing for us to do is to come into the present moment. Just come into the present moment and feel our bodies here and now, closing the eyes, and we can leave the past, whatever the past has been, and the future behind for this short time, 30 minutes. As Ajahn Brahm, I think, said, the past is history and the future is a mystery. So there's nothing we need to do for now and nowhere we need to go. We can just relax the body physically. First of all, getting a sense of a balance of the body. Bringing the attention to the head, feeling that it's free, it's balanced over the shoulders. And feeling a sense of uplift in the chest. And feeling the balance of the shoulders over the hips. And checking out how the body feels and making any adjustments. Feeling this sense of balance, this sense of ease, allowing the body to do its thing, to balance itself. And now we can relax the body mentally, which is really effective. We can begin with relaxing the top of the head, soothing it, giving it this mental massage, the back of the head and the sides of the head, soothing them, giving them this warm, kind attention. And moving our attention down to the forehead, to around the eyes, the cheeks and mouth, and relaxing them, soothing them with this warmth, like a mental massage. And we can bring to mind the neck and move the attention down the neck, giving it a mental massage, relaxing it, soothing it. Now bringing to mind the right shoulder, starting at the neck, and we can move our attention slowly along the right shoulder, soothing it, relieving any hard, painful areas with this mental massage. And now bringing to mind the right arm. We can move our attention slowly down the right arm, taking in the elbow, the wrist, hand and fingers as we go, with a soothing, warm, relaxing attention. Now we can bring to mind the left shoulder, and moving our attention slowly along the left shoulder, we can give this warmth this kind attention to the left shoulder, easing any sense of burden, strain, hardness or tension. Now bringing to mind the left arm. Starting at the top of the left arm, we can slowly move our attention down the left arm, soothing it, giving it a mental massage, and including the elbow, the wrist, hand and fingers of the left arm. And now we can bring to mind the back, starting below, just below the shoulders, and moving our attention slowly down the back, all the way down to the buttocks. Relaxing, soothing, mentally massaging the back. Now bringing to mind the front of the body, starting just below the shoulders. We can move our attention down the front of the body, soothing, relaxing any hard, tense areas, any areas of pressure or pain, massaging them with our minds, moving, taking in the chest, the diaphragm, the stomach and the abdomen below. Soothing, relaxing with this warm, kind attention. Now we can bring to mind the right leg, starting at the top of the right leg and moving our attention slowly down the right leg to include the knee, the ankle, foot and toes, giving it this warm, relaxing attention, soothing attention. And now we can bring to mind the left leg, and starting at the top of the left leg to slowly move our attention down the left leg to take in the knee, the ankle, foot and toes, soothing it, relaxing it with this mental massage. And now we can become aware of the whole body, just sitting here, and in a relaxed, easy state, balanced state, just sitting here in the present moment. And we can bring up the intention to develop this feeling of acceptance, this feeling that everything belongs in the present moment, whether it's the way we like it or not, whether it's pleasant or unpleasant, and whether it's perfect or imperfect. Allowing things to be as they are. Not trying to control, not rejecting, just allowing. Everything belongs in the present moment. And getting in contact with the feeling of what this sense of acceptance, that everything belongs in the present moment, what it feels like. And we can extend this feeling of everything belongs in the present moment to what we're experiencing here and now in the present moment. Being part of the present moment. Not just the observer of this and of the things that are occurring to us, but just being part of everything that's happening now. And having that feeling that everything belongs in this present moment. Because it's here now already. Just being aware of whatever comes to our attention with this feeling of acceptance that everything belongs. And when we become aware of the breath, when the breath comes to us, we can place our attention on it and breathe in with this feeling of everything belongs. And as we breathe out, this feeling of everything belongs. Breathing in this feeling of acceptance and breathing out this feeling of acceptance. And if the mind drifts away, then just remember everything belongs, and get in contact with that feeling of acceptance. refresh that feeling of everything belongs, the sense of acceptance, and expand this feeling of acceptance, of everything belongs in this present moment, to include everyone who is watching this video now. To wish them the sense of acceptance, the sense that you belong, that everything belongs in this present moment. And then to expand this feeling, widening it, never widening circles from yourself, to include the whole of this planet and all realms of existence and all types of beings, whether they be animals, insects, unseen beings. We expand this feeling of unconditional acceptance of everything belongs. And we can have the intention or aspiration to use this in future, to remember to accept ourselves, others, and life as they are, that everything belongs in this present moment. And to anchor that feeling of acceptance, of everything belongs in the heart, so that we can return to it any time. We can remember it at any time. And as it's getting close to the end of the meditation, it's always useful to look back on the meditation and to ask some questions. How do I feel now? Is it any different from before I started the meditation? Was I able to accept things as they are during this meditation? And did I feel everything belongs? And lastly, what caused the feelings that I experienced to arise? What gave rise to them? We can learn a lot by reflecting like this. And now we can come out of the meditation slowly by opening the eyes slowly and moving our bodies to make ourselves more comfortable. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. I'd like to thank the wild chicken for giving me a very good teaching a few years ago, and also to encourage all of us, myself included, to use acceptance not only in the meditation, not only with the present moment, with all of our lives, especially the people we live with, and especially at this time when people are spending so much time at home with others, with family, with friends, or whoever they live with. And this acceptance is so important at this time when we're so close. So I'd like to finish there and thank you for watching.